Hi guys, I'm going to start with some THERABAND work. So most of you have done this with me already. If you don't have a THERABAND at home, you can do this still just without a THERABAND. It's still going to have as much benefit, it's just not going to have as much resistance. So we're just going to start with a flexed foot, and you're going to do a demi-point, full point, demi-point, and flex. It's going to be with music, and you want to make sure that you're not swinging out or sickling, so your ankle is going to be in complete alignment. Really think about spreading the toes as you're going to the point and back to your demi-point and flex, okay? We're going to also be thinking about our posture while we do it. So starting with the right foot, we're going to do 16 on each foot. Here we go, with music. Hitting at the ball. Trying to make it nice and smooth on the way down, nice and smooth on the way up. You'll notice that my heel's off the floor when I flex it, and then I keep the heel off the floor. That's just because of my hyperextension. If that happens, great. If your heel's on the floor when your leg's straight, that's fine. What I don't want is to have your other foot underneath the knee. Make sure that that knee is free, so the leg should be completely free. Think about lengthening too from behind the knee. You'll get a little extra hamstring stretch. Okay, let me set up for the left side. You want to make sure all your toes are underneath in the bottom part of the THERABAND. Starting to rain. My toes make a lot of noise. That's what happens when you get to be my age. Good. It's the first one done. Okay, so our second exercise is going to be basically the reverse of what we just did. So instead of starting with the demi-point, you're going to start with the toes going up and over. Imagine that you're curling over a tree branch. Up and over, so I'm not just completely crunching the toes, but I'm thinking as long as possible, and then I go to a full point, and then I go to just the toes, and then back to my flex. Again, some of you might be able to just do this without the THERABAND, and it might be just enough. I haven't done this 16 times in a while, so I might cramp, but I'm gonna do the best I can. So same music, same positioning of the THERABAND, and we'll do 16 of the reversal, starting with the right foot. Here we go. Nice and smooth on the way down, especially on the way up. it's not wobbling side to side. Your foot should stay completely straight as if you were inside a toaster. Stronger side, so let's see how the left side goes. So again, same thing there. You want to make sure you're engaging all of the toes, not just the big toe. The tendency is to just use the big toe. You really want to make sure you're using all of the whole foot. My left side's not as good as my right. We're going to start now with sickling and winging. So we're going to start with winging to begin with. We're going to do this with a THERABAND around 1 foot, and how you get into it is we're going to start with the right foot, and you don't have to have your toes all the way inside the THERABAND this time. You're going to start with the THERABAND like normal. Then you're going to take the THERABAND into your left hand and put your left foot to give it a little bit more resistance like this. So it should be pretty tight. My legs are about hip width apart here. I'm gonna start with a pointed foot, and then from here I'm gonna wing. It will not move that much. The goal is to make sure the knee does not open up, so we're not rotating from the hip socket, but we're keeping our ankle completely square, and we're just winging the toes out against the weight of the THERABAND, or the resistance of the THERABAND you should feel on the outside of the leg here. We're just gonna do 8 on one side, 8 on the other side, and then we'll go to the sickling. So start with a pointed foot, out, hold, back to normal, out, hold, and back to normal. Don't let it sickle as you come in. You're just gonna go back to a neutral position. And I'm really trying to maintain the shape in my foot, so I'm still pointing it. My toes aren't necessarily all the way pointed, but my foot is. There, go to the other side. So THERABAND like so, into the right hand, both sides of the THERABAND, and then press that foot into the other, to the side of the THERABAND here. I don't have as much flexibility on my left foot, so you won't see as much movement. Starting with the pointed foot, wing it, and back to neutral. Wing it, you're going as far as you can, and then back to neutral, trying to maintain the point in the foot. And I have quite a bit of resistance in the THERABAND there. I actually feel this all the way up the side of my leg to my seat. Good. You can do more if you'd like, but I'm just gonna stop at 8 there. But if you feel like you have more in you, you can go all the way up to 16 if you'd like. Just making sure you're maintaining that feeling in your foot. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the sickling. So to get into this one, it's about the same setup in the right foot, but this time you're gonna take the ends of the THERABAND in the right hand, and you're gonna cross your left foot over your right and give yourself resistance going outwards. So now we're going to be pulling sickling the foot inwards. Yeah. Here we go. A little more range of motion here. Again, lock that foot into place so we're not letting the ankle move. Just moving the toes and the metatarsals. This one you should feel on the inside here. This is great for security in the ankle when you get on the pointe shoes and on the releve. Try to resist the THERABAND coming back in. Good, and we'll go to the other side. So in the left hand this time, opening out to the side, cross the right foot over. I'm going to go right into the left side. Good. And that's